everybody! This week we're going to learn about why heroes need to make wise choices. Before we get started, do any of you guys like Spider-Man? He does this and he shoots out webs out of his hand. He uses his webs to swing around skyscrapers and fight bad guys. What happens is the villains get totally stuck in his web. They're completely trapped. Do you guys remember what sin is? Sin is anything that we do that God doesn't want us to do. Sins like lying can be like sticky spider webs. When you tell one lie, you start telling other lies to cover up that lie, and before you know it, you're stuck in a whole web of lies. It can be any poor choice, a bad behavior, disobeying your parents, a selfish attitude, or anything else that traps us. The good news is that we don't have to stay trapped in a web forever. Jesus is ready to help us get unstuck. Today we're going to learn about how Joseph got into some really sticky situations, but he remained honest and did the right thing. Last week we read from the Bible about how Joseph told on his brothers, had some crazy dreams from God, and got a super special gift from his father. Now his brothers were really jealous. Let's read from the Bible to see what happens next. When you get the chance this week, sit down with your family and read from Genesis chapter 37, verses 12 through 36. Then skip ahead to chapter 39, verses 20 to 23. I'm going to give you a summary of what happened. At this point, Joseph's brothers were still really mad about his dreams from God. You know, the ones where they bowed down to him? His brothers were so angry and jealous that they planned to kill him. When Reuben, the youngest brother, heard about their plans, he suggested that they only throw him in a pit so that he can die there and not kill them themselves. Now, he only said this because he wanted to secretly rescue Joseph later. So one day, when Joseph joined his brothers in the field, they tackled him, they stripped off his robe, and they threw him into a deep, dried-up well. That's awful, isn't it? The brothers left Joseph in the well and went about their day. When it came to lunchtime, Judah, the oldest brother, started feeling just a little bit guilty. Yeah, he was angry with Joseph, but he didn't really want his brother to die. Judah had an idea that would let Joseph live, but also get rid of him. He and his brothers dragged Joseph out of the dried-up well. The boys sold their brother for 20 pieces of silver. Now Reuben, the youngest, wasn't any part of this. He didn't know what had happened. When he went back to the well to save his brother, Joseph was gone. The other brothers took Joseph's beautiful coat, they ripped it up, and they dipped it in blood to show their father. This broke their father's heart, and he thought that Joseph was dead. Meanwhile, Joseph made it all the way to Egypt with the merchants and their camels. The merchants sold Joseph as a slave to an officer of the Pharaoh. Now God was with Joseph every single step of the way. He blessed Joseph along with the officer's whole family. And before you know it, Joseph worked his way up to being manager of the whole household. Joseph was really good at what he did, so the officer liked him a lot. The officer's wife, on the other hand, wasn't his biggest fan. She didn't like that Joseph wouldn't obey her commands to do sinful things. So she told a dirty lie to her husband, had Joseph sent to prison. Even though he was sent to prison, God was with Joseph and blessed him. Over time, the prison guard grew to like Joseph so much that he put him in charge of the whole prison. Even bigger things were going to happen next because God had a great plan for Joseph. Now, what a wild ride for our guy Joe. He went from being a shepherd boy to being sold as a slave in Egypt to being a manager of a household, got thrown in prison, and now is in charge of the prison. Throughout all of this, God gave Joseph the courage and the strength to get through all of these bad things that happened to him. Joseph made wise choices and chose to do the right thing and be honest, even if it got him into trouble. Joseph had something called integrity. Integrity is standing up for what's right no matter what. Joseph acted like a true hero, because heroes make wise choices. Even when we're in sticky situations, we can make wise choices, have integrity, and do the right thing, just like Joseph did. We can always ask God for help. God loves us so much, and He has huge plans for our lives. We'll learn more about what happens with Joseph next week. It's such an awesome, true story about God's faithfulness. Now, make sure to check out our super awesome activity books made just for you. And don't forget to go through the discussion questions with your family. We hope you have a great week. Bye!